In this episode, we'll discuss the 4 common mistakes that people make to screw up their retirement. Hey everybody, I'm Mike Desepoli, and this is episode 18 of the Ask the Advisor show. Today we're talking about 4 common mistakes that people make that totally destroy their retirement plans. And we have the opportunity of meeting a lot of different prospective clients through the years, so we've seen a lot of good and bad situations as they come. So we want to highlight some of these key mistakes to you to make sure that you don't fall into the trap. So the first and most common mistake that we see people make when planning for their retirement is they don't have specific goals. Wanting to retire at age 60 is not a specific goal. Your goals have to go much deeper than that, and they have to be much more involved. We should look at different things like your lifestyle, the amount of money that you currently spend, and try to translate that into retirement to see how much income will you need on an annual basis to maintain your lifestyle. We should also look into other things like your goals and objectives. Is there a family vacation that you want to pay for, or maybe a dream vacation home that you want to purchase? There's a lot of different components that come into a retirement plan. Not to mention, when you're retired, every day is like a Saturday. There's more opportunities to spend money because you're not spending 40 to 50 hours a week at work. So setting specific goals will help you know whether or not you're on track to meet those goals. The second mistake that we see people make is they never review their portfolio. In 2017, with all the technology around you, not having enough time to review your investments is no longer a good excuse. You can get a lot of the information right in the palm of your hand on your smartphone or your home computer. Yet many people never look at their investments. They go years on end sometimes without ever checking. They don't even open the statements that they get in the mail anymore. And that is a major warning sign right there. Now, we don't think that you should tinker with your portfolio too much. I think that in and of itself can be dangerous too. But you have to look at least once a year and determine if the investments that you own still reflect your current financial situation, and will those investments help you achieve your goals. The third mistake that we see people make is they watch entirely too much CNBC. And I don't want to really pick on CNBC specifically. You could put the name of any major media news outlet in this video and it would be sufficient. But the problem with watching too much CNBC is headline risk, what we call the reactionary way that people absorb the news headlines. Now, as we know, the way that news media pushes headlines is they try to drive fear, and a lot of times there's negativity attached to that, particularly in the financial markets. If you watch CNBC on any given day, they're probably reporting on the next major crisis that's going to hit or the next shoe that's going to drop. And if you're reacting to every one of these headlines and making changes to your portfolio as a result of it, you're definitely going to pay for it in terms of results, okay? Now, obviously, the United States did see a major financial crisis back in 2008 when the economy went into a deep recession. But since that time, the markets have had a great rally, and I bet you CNBC has probably reported on 25 or 30 different crises that have occurred over that period of time. If you would have reacted to every one of those, you would have missed out on much of the market movements that have occurred. So please, it's good to be informed, but don't watch too much financial news media. And if you're unsure if some kind of headline that you see is giving you a gut-wrenching feeling in your stomach, reach out to an investment professional. They can talk you through it and help you discern whether this is a headline that actually needs your focus or if this is something to turn a blind eye to. And the fourth mistake that we see people make is they overestimate how long their money's going to last. And really, tip number 4 here can kind of tie back into number 1, because if you had specific and measurable goals, you would have a much easier idea of knowing how long your money would last, right? So if you know that you're going to need $100,000 a year in retirement to maintain your lifestyle, it's much easier for us as financial advisors to make the determination to see if the assets you have will last over the course of your retirement. Again, if you didn't have a specific goal and you just had an age that you wanted to retire, we have no idea if you have the amount of money that you need to make it last over the course of your retirement. So again, guys, there's a lot of different mistakes that people make that can ruin their retirement. These are 4 of the common ones that we see. But if you have questions about your retirement or any of the things that we discussed in the video, feel free to reach out to us. Of course, we always want to hear from you. If you have a question separate to this issue that you want us to answer, please send us an email or tweet us using the hashtag asktheadvisor. Obviously, that's the purpose of this show. We'd love to answer any questions that you have regarding anything at all in the investment community. And if you're on Instagram, please visit us. Our handle on Instagram is @asktheadvisor. We got a lot of really cool things going on there. Some different financial tips day by day, entrepreneurial motivation, things to help you get the right financial mindset to achieve and succeed in attaining your goals. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you back next week for Ask the Advisor 19.